And who do we have with us today?
My name is Ashley.
Tell us a bit about yourself, Miss Ashley. Where you grew up, how you grew up.
I'm 36. I grew up on the other side of Kansas City. Moved to St. Louis area about 4 years ago.
What caused you to move to St. Louis?
The man that I'm married to, his family's here.
How's that going for you?
He dropped me off and left, so I don't see them. I don't deal with them. I just kind of do my own thing.
He dropped you off and left. How did that situation come about? Anger.
I guess he got cold feet once I got here. He didn't want to do better.
How is the other side of Kansas City compared to St. Louis, in your opinion?
Well, this side, here in St. Louis, the streets are a lot faster, a little bit more treacherous. You don't have everybody in your business, but your people that you know are definitely in your business. If they see you, they want to know. In St. Joe, it's smaller. The cliques are a little bit, tighter.
So it's a little more cutthroat in St. Louis. Tell us about how you grew up, like your household, the household you came up in.
My grandmother raised me. My parents were deceased at 4 and 6. My grandma was a wonderful woman. She taught me a really good work ethic. Had good grades in school. Dropped out my junior year. Silly me. I got my GED within the next 3 years after that.
Then what did you do with life? Where did life take you after you got your GED?
I went to college at Missouri Western. I did 6 semesters, and then I ended up getting pregnant with my son, so I didn't finish. But I did pursue my business degree here again in St. Louis Community College. It's my second year.
What's the plans after you finish your degree?
I plan to open, my own housekeeping business, and then, rise from there. I'd like to own a gas station business one day of my own, or coincide with the gas station company.
What started your entrepreneurial spirit? Like, who instilled that in you, or did you just adapt that on your own?
My grandmother, she was manager of Pizza Hut, general manager of Pizza Hut, and she worked her butt off every day. And I, quickly learned that working your butt off is going to get you everything you want. You're going to be, more content, satisfied, and be able to sit still.
What are you teaching your babies growing up that they can carry with them?
Same thing for sure, just go to work, come home, keep things, in line. If you keep a schedule, you tend to stay on a straight path.
You have brothers and sisters?
Yeah, I have 3 sisters and 2 brothers. We don't communicate with each other. We didn't grow up together.
Have you guys ever tried to get together?
Yeah, here and there. My younger sister lives in Nebraska. The rest of them live on the other side of Kansas City.
Do you ever want to go back to Kansas City, or you kind of got that in the rear view?
That's in the rear view. I don't like to go backwards in life.
So what got you wanting to open up a gas station?
I've been a cashier. I have 4 years experience cashiering, and I just feel like that the gas stations are going to forever exist. They're not going to be like Walmart now. You get stuff delivered. I mean, they have the DoorDash and whatnot, but still the stations themselves are going to forever be. I don't feel like some people say we're going to go to electric vehicles. I don't think so. It's not.
What jobs have you had over your lifetime?
Cashier at two gas stations, and I was a server for 8 years at a Chinese buffet. And the best job I had was at the Results Company, which was the Sprint Retention Department. And that was my favorite job I had too. It was the best money. Enjoyed it the most. It was great. And then COVID-19 took me out.
How did COVID-19 affect you?
Well, it put me where I was out of work. They had the work from home, but my area where I was at would not fall in the quota for it, so they wouldn't get everything set up as far as the internet and the computer and stuff, which it had to be on their broadband, not just a regular. I couldn't just go buy a laptop and connect to it. They had to have their broadband and whatnot, and I just wasn't in the proper area for that.
What did you do after that?
Well, I did just some small. My friend of mine, she works at the cleaners and does some small housekeeping jobs, and I just did that with her for a little while until I moved here to St. Louis, and I worked at the LP Mart on Lindell and Boyle for 9 months.
How's the St. Louis area treating you?
I mean, it's not bad. It's pretty good for the most part. The north side is a little bit treacherous, but I'm expanding.
When you say treacherous, what do you mean? Like,
it's rough.
The danger level?
Yeah, for sure.
How do you remain safe despite the raised danger level?
just I watch my keep my guard up and keep an eye on my surroundings. Carry a pocket knife.
How do you interact with the people? Like, how's your interactions with the people? Are you guarded? Or are you friendly? Like, how is
I'd
that
say I'm
going?
pretty friendly. If they say hello, I'm say hello. I might stop and have a brief conversation. I don't have a lot of fear. I mean, there's things to be aware of, but to fear them,
Is the human trafficking real out here? Have you ever
I'm
heard
gonna
of it?
say yeah, because I mean there's a lot of people that pull up on me and try to get me to, get in their car and this and that, and it blows my mind really.
How do you remain safe being a single woman on the streets? As far as I know, you said your pocket knife, but what other things do you rely on to keep you safe?
Sometimes like when they pull up beside me or whatever, want to pick me up, I'll put my face on my phone and put the phone in my ear like I'm talking to somebody and just try to maneuver away, keep walking the other direction.
So you're not mean about it. You're kind of nice about it in a kind of mean
Yeah,
way.
yeah. I mean, yeah. So there's been occasions where they were way persistent, and I'm just have to get a little bit feisty with them. Like, no, I'm not on the count. Leave me alone. Keep going. Keep it pushing.
What has been your worst experience out here in St. Louis?
Um, I would say the couple months that I was homeless, I was living with somebody when I came here, and it just got to the point to where there was a lot of traffic and a lot of things. That's when I go to college and I was doing homework and stuff. I couldn't concentrate. There was a lot of people in and out. Another two girls moved in, and that wasn't for me. So I was at the shelter for about 4 months.
So how long have you been out of the shelter?
So I got out of the shelter in January.
What was your experience like in the shelter?
It was okay. It was good. Like I'm a people person, so it's not hard for me to get along with people and to adjust. I'm a real adjustable.
What would you say the overall attitude is of the people in St. Louis, like overall? Not blanketing, but just kind of like, what do you encounter more attitude-wise from the
Um,
people?
well, being a white girl and back area, it's sometimes it's almost like they just like shun me for being here. I'm like, don't judge me because of the color of my skin. I promise you, I can get down just like you do, in every way. We're not no different. But I think that's probably the biggest thing is that you bring a white girl into a black area that they don't like it, and
Is
I'm not. It doesn't scare me, but at the same time, it keeps me a little bit timid.
is it the men or the women?
Mostly the women.
If you can go back in time and talk to your young self, knowing what you know today, what would you tell her?
Don't move so fast. Think about it before you jump into it.
If you had any advice for a young lady thinking that she's going to come out here on the streets and take the world by storm, what would you tell her?
Positive thought makes a positive outcome. Move slow. Don't jump to conclusions. Don't overthink it, but think it out.
In closing, on the closeout, and we appreciate the time that you've spent. If you have any positive words, any positive advice, anything that you want to leave us with on the positive, now's the time you can say it.
Even if it's a hard day, it leads to a better tomorrow.
We thank you, Miss Ashley. Thank you, and we wish you all the best. Thank you.
Thank you.